packed show today. We got a bunch of college football. Andy's got his first UFC play of the show, so that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, he can get on the right foot with that one.
Yep.
But yeah, man, let's we'll have you hit your UFC first. Let's start the moving off. Actually,
whoa! Can we talk about that UFC record for Adam?
Right. My UFC records look pretty good. My record yesterday, not so much. I mean, it was all right, man. I mean, obviously, Dodgers got the job done.
That was your best bet, right?
Yeah, it was my best bet. I seem to hit, like, when I go 1-2 or 1-3, it seems like a lot of times it's my best bet that hits, which, we'll take that. The best bet record's looking all right. But yeah, man, I mean, USF, absolutely horrible. You need to scrap the team. Like, you guys are a disgrace to Florida.
Terrible.
Probably the fifth best team in Florida.
Yeah.
You got the Gators, you got UCF, you got
Florida State. I put Florida State above them.
Florida State, South Florida Pop Warner, Florida Central High, these guys are absolutely clowns. The horrible team, man. Tulsa, I'm pretty sure my high school team could beat Tulsa.
Probably.
I mean, Tulsa, bro. But yeah, that was a disgrace. And then what else did I have? I had esports, which not even close. But yeah, man. I mean, we hit the Dodgers, so not all bad. But it is what it is. Overall, look, man, still around that same 20, 30 units. Chipping away, trying to chip away. So hopefully we can have a good day today and
good day tomorrow too, for sure.
Yeah, NFL, man. That seems like we build up a nice little hole and then get back a couple on the weekends. So hopefully we can do that again this week. I like the card today, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, now we'll get into the UFC, and my UFC is pretty good.
Yes, but, I'm looking to follow that record here today. I got a little parlay action. We'll kick it off with the main card, main fight of the night. Khabib versus Justin Gaethje.
What's Khabib's last name?
Khabib. It's Khabib. Yeah. Khabib is his name. But look, he's the champ, 28-0, 10-0 in UFC. Obviously, just unbelievable. Look, his defense is top of the line. He absorbs just over one strike a minute. Like, that's unbelievable for the UFC. And Justin's not going to be able to fight with this dude. If Khabib gets him to the ground, it's pretty much over. Khabib has 10 submission victories. Like he's minus 360 on the money line for a reason. So I put him in a parlay here. I think he gets the win pretty easily. Justin's a interim champ when Khabib vacated the title, so he's really the just a challenger really, and Khabib should make slight work of this. The second leg of this parlay, I got Volkov against Harris. Volkov's 31-8 his overall record, and Harris is 13-8, and he's only 6-7 in the UFC. He's just not as balanced of a fighter as Volkov is. Volkov's better numbers across the board in accuracy, takedown, and striking. And they just all favor Volkov here. So I throw those two into a parlay. It equals out to plus 105. Volkov's money line's around like 180 or minus 180, minus 190. So it got the parlay down to 105, plus 105. Throw those two in there. Should be two easy winners. And at a plus 105, I like it. So that'll be my first UFC play on the show.
There you go, man. Yeah, no, I mean, that seems like it should hit, right? I mean, as long as Khabib takes it to the floor, it's over, man.
Yeah.
I think Gaethje's he's a better striker than Khabib. So if they stay on the feet and they're going blow for blow, Gaethje has a chance to win. But I think Khabib, if he can, will take him to the ground, and the wrestling is like it's not even close. But yeah, man. I mean, hopefully that hits. I think it will. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Yeah. We'll hop into this college football card. I know we both have a decent amount of plays here. I'll go ahead. I'll start us off. I'm taking Baylor today. I'm taking Baylor plus 10.5 points against Texas, man. I don't think Texas is very good. I mean, you see their defense can't stop anybody. I just don't think Texas is good, man. And you're going to give me 10.5 points with Baylor. I'll take that. Yeah, so that's going to be my first play, official play. Baylor plus 10.5 points.
Yeah, man, I like that. I'm going to start with this UNC-NC State rivalry game. Give me NC State in the points here. I think this line originally came out when you and I were looking at it at 17.5. Should have grabbed it then. It's all the way down to 14.5. I still love it. I think they have a chance to actually win this game. UNC was 13.5 point favorites against Florida State last week and lost outright. I just don't think they're that great. NC's victories over Pitt, Virginia, Duke in their last three good squads, three notable squads. And UNC barely scraped by for that 3-0 record. I think Boston College isn't bad, but Boston College and teams like that. So I think they were a little overrated. But you're giving me two touchdowns and a hook. I'm going to here against UNC in a rivalry game. I think that'll be very tightly matched, and I love having two touchdowns. So I'm going to take NC State plus 14.5 at -108 today.
Yep, love it. My next one, I'm taking Navy, man. Navy's not good, but they're playing Houston. Houston's not good either. So I'm taking Navy plus 15.5 points. That's just a ton of points. A lot of these plays for me are just going to be value plays. It's just so many points with Navy. Houston played their first game last week. I just think Navy's going to obviously run the ball. They're going to, hopefully be able to move it a little bit, and then hopefully they'll just control the clock, control the game, and look, worst case, hopefully lose by 2 touchdowns. So I think it's a value play. Navy plus 15.5 versus Houston. I think Navy can keep it, semi-close. So
I like that. I like that, man. Big dogs. I like the points. I'm going the opposite with my next play. I'm going with the big favorite. Look, Alabama, man. This is too small of a spread against a team that has been struggling. Tennessee started off well, but then fell the last 2 games against Georgia, who's a good squad, obviously, and then Kentucky. Look, Alabama put a beating on Georgia last week, and they showed that they are a team, other than Clemson, to not be messed with. So it says a 21.5 point spread here. I expect this game to be like 56-20 Bama, man. This offense is too good to be held down, and Tennessee's defense is nothing crazy. So Tennessee lost big to Kentucky last weekend, and it's so hard to root for that. So Bama minus 21.5, I think should be as good of a bet as you can find today at -108.
Yeah, no, Bama definitely looks good, and Tennessee looked horrible. So I think that's definitely a solid play. My next one, I'm going West Virginia -3 versus Texas Tech. I think West Virginia is a better squad. I mean, obviously Texas Tech is at home, but I just think it's a pretty simple. I'm only having to lay 3 here, so I think West Virginia wins the game. So they'll probably cover the 3. So I like that. That's gonna be another official play. West Virginia -3 versus Texas Tech.
Yeah, man, I like that. I got one more before my best bet. Give me South Carolina with the points today against LSU, man. Look, this is a good squad. They played some tough teams to start the season. Tennessee was good to start the season. So Tennessee, and then the 3rd-ranked Florida at the time. And then they went on to beat Vandy and beat 15th-ranked Auburn pretty well. So it's a good squad. And LSU, going with a freshman quarterback today because their starting QB is hurt. So LSU 1 and 2 to start the season. You think, oh no, they're struggling to find an identity, and I think with losses to Mississippi State and Mizzou, I think South Carolina can hang with them, and if it's a field goal game, you win. And I think maybe they have the chance of winning this game. So I like South Carolina today, getting 4.5 at -108.
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm gonna be taking Penn State. Look, man, Penn State -6 versus Indiana. You got one of the top-ranked teams in the country. You got a bunch of returning players from last year, and last year they were good. So I think Penn State, they're gonna handle Indiana. Obviously, it's in Indiana, but we're only having to lay 6. If this were in Penn State, it's probably got to be closer to 9 or 10. So I think Penn State gets the job done. They win by at least a touchdown, probably multiple touchdowns. And I like that play. And then my last one before my best bet is going to be I'm taking San Diego State -14 against UNLV. Look, man, this is against everything. This is against everything I've ever, San Diego. Look, I know San Diego State. I know that team pretty well. Double-digit favorites, you always fade them. Always fade them. Look, man, I think this one's going to be different. I think San Diego State's going to cover this number. It's 14 points. I think they can win by 2 or 3 touchdowns against UNLV. It goes against everything I know and love about San Diego State football, but I think they come out and get a big win week 1. So I'm taking that. It's worth a shot. And then yeah, man, I think we're ready for these best bets.
Love it.
All right, man. What you got?
I'll kick us off, man. You just touched on it. Penn State, man. Given 6.5 today is just not enough to Indiana. Big Ten not having any fans, so it doesn't matter. But you're spot on with if this wasn't Penn State, it'd probably be double digits. This squad's ranked 8th in the country, and they haven't played for a reason, man. They got a good coaching staff. Everyone's returning except linebacker Micah Parsons, which is tough. Really good player on defense. But their front D is great. They've been known for that. And I think Indiana shouldn't be able to move the ball too much. And I think Penn State offense will be great this year. Always have some playmakers there. 2 good backs again. And I just don't expect this one to be that close. I really like Penn State laying the 6.5 today and getting on the right track for a good season. And hopefully, maybe squeak into the playoffs maybe, but Ohio State's going to be tough. But I really like them today, given 6.5. This line doesn't make much sense to me. So my best bet of the day is going to be Penn State, given 6.5 at -108.
No, I mean, I like it. I think they're going to be really good this year. So I mean, that's obviously, I think that's a good spot. Start off the season hot. Yeah, man. You touched on my best bet as well. NC State plus 15 points just doesn't make sense to me. Like UNC has been good this year, and UNC it does have a history of beating NC State. I mean, they beat them last year pretty handily, but before that, I want to say 3 out of the last 4 NC State has won.
Yeah.
Last year, UNC beat them pretty good. But I think both teams, I mean, obviously, UNC is not a bad team. UNC is a pretty good team. They can score the ball. But I just think, look, after that performance against Florida State, man, I think NC State is head and shoulders above Florida State. So, Florida State's beating them. I think NC State has every chance in the world to go in and at least keep it close. I'm not saying NC State wins. They could win. I wouldn't be surprised if NC State wins. But 15 points, man. I mean, you're trying to tell me an in-state rivalry game is going to be an absolute blowout after we saw kind of, some weaknesses from UNC last week. So, yeah, man, my official best bet, I'm going to NC State plus 15 points.
Yeah, I like it, man. My official best bet's going to be Penn State laying the 6.5 today.
Yep. Let's cash some tickets, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're due for another good one. We had a decent week last week. So
yeah, we'll keep it up, and we'll post those NFL plays tomorrow, and we'll have a good weekend, man.
Absolutely.